Welcome, it's Tuesday. Welcome to the nation's #1 talk news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Itimi and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. I am Maryann Okon. Welcome to Hard Facts. This, ladies and gentlemen, will be your most authentic news experience, and this is your primetime politics, news, current affairs show. And we always make sure that it is worth your while. From now till 6 p.m, it promises to be a great and interesting conversation. But do not forget, tomorrow is the third place match for, of course, the I Beg to Differ students competition, debate competition. Yes, third place will happen tomorrow. And, of course, on Thursday, the finals will be holding who will be the I Beg to Differ champion for part 2 of season 8. You cannot afford to miss it tomorrow and on Thursday. But today we've got a full show day, so we'll start with the big 3 stories for today, and then of course delve into other stories on Community U Report. There's been this 30 days rant challenge on social media. A lot has been said, and you do not want to miss what will be said on the 4 o'clock hour. And on the 5 o'clock hour, we're moving into serious political territory where we're talking about the SDP angling to be the main opposition come 2027, but will they have what it takes in due course, or do they even have what it takes, who it takes to wrestle the power at the center? These are questions that we will be asking our guest, who was a presidential candidate for the SDP. So with now that we have El Rufai, former Kaduna State governor, calling for others to leave where they are and join forces with him in the SDP, what's at stake? These are questions that we'll be asking on the 5 o'clock hour. But for now, let's look at the big 3 stories for today, shall we? And this is how we do it.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the big 3 stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big 3 every weekday 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
Yes, we're back. Let's look at the big stories making headlines today, the 18th of March, 2025, and it's a Tuesday. Well, let's start with the scandal, somewhat alleged scandal that's led to a probe of sorts in the SGF's office. That's the Secretary to the Federation, by the way. So here's a headline from the Punch newspaper saying, SGF distances itself from aide's 10 billion naira fraud probe. Should I take it slowly? SGF distances itself from aide's 10 billion naira fraud probe. Let me give you some details, all right? The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, has distanced himself from the ongoing investigation of his personal assistant, Andrew Chi, by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. According to reports, Uchi is being detained by the anti-graft agency over allegations of corruption, bribery and money laundering amounting to approximately 10 billion naira. Not 10 million, 10 billion naira. He is accused also of acquiring properties worth over 6 billion in Abuja, Jos, Plateau, Makurdi in Boko, Makurdi, I beg your pardon, Boko and Tarka local government areas of Benue State. Additionally, Tiberu, the change operators, are under investigation for their alleged involvement in the money laundering scheme linked to Akume's aide. In a statement issued yesterday, that was Monday, by the Office of the Director of Information and Public Relations Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Segun Imosian, the SGF reaffirmed his commitment to transparency and accountability. He distanced himself from the corruption allegations. I could go on, but what do you make of this? Because he's quickly jumped in front of it and said, look, I'm not part of it, I'm not a party to it, before they will link it to me. How does an aide to a man who signs papers get access to 10 billion naira? How? Let's move away from that. Let's still stay with the Punch newspaper. Impeachment move. Tension in Rivers as Assembly serves Fubara misconduct notice. I know you're already privy to this information, but let me give you the details all the same. Tension and apprehension gripped Rivers State on Monday following the initiation of an impeachment proceeding against Governor Sim Fubara and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Odu, by the State House of Assembly. The Matanamehule-led assembly, loyal to former governor and minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, served Fubara and Professor Odu a notice of alleged gross misconduct, signaling an imminent impeachment process. The notice listing the alleged misconduct sent to the Speaker was a sequel to a letter dated March 14, 2025, signed by 26 members of the of the Assembly. The Speaker, Amahule, sent this notice in two separate letters he signed on Monday, March 17, and addressed to the governor and his deputy. Now, this development, ladies and gentlemen, has escalated the political tension in the state as some Ijaw groups have threatened a crisis in the region if Fubara is impeached. Here's one of them. Just pardon me, I just have to play this video. Not everything in it is as palatable. Somewhat is more like the same thing that you heard from that live broadcast that the FCT minister had. Some harsh terms were used. I beg you, I really crave your indulgence to please pardon some of the use of words in this video. And this is obviously Asari Dokubo. Yeah, so I'm going to play that video to you quickly. Just give me a second here, and that video will come to you. Okay, here we go. This is what Asari Dokubo said just recently.
Yeah, they said we will not come. If we are coming, will you come, Wike?
Oh, they will not come.
You will not come. Just this man, Alaji Dogwasari is not coming. People are not coming. So you come. Sido Folanga Bigrin de Boswa. You are making mouth. You are shooting tear gas at unarmed women. You are shooting gun at unarmed women. All you wanted to lure me. Boma in her capacity as a woman, without the police, why didn't you confront her? Was it the job of police to shoot tear gas at unarmed women? Where in any civilized society is that done? You are daring the job people. And those of you who are disgraced, somebody who abused you, you out of the abundance of the heart, be a problem to him and leave it there. He's going to, who is in years or wicked? I have restrained myself. Who is in years or wicked? Who is he? What has he done before other than stealing government money? Where has he worked? What is his pedigree? Who is his father? Who are his fathers from generation to generation? Who know them? He's talking of violence. If anybody has benefited from this corrupt Nigerian system, is that idiot calling us over here? He lies, he talks, he's grandstanding because people live it. They failed. Oh, they shot their gas at my sister. I'm going to come. They did not see me. They know if we come, they will die. Oh. That is not two way. You will die. If we come, we'll die. None of us will be scratched. We will walk away.
That's Asari Dokubo. I remember last time we had a conversation about River State. I did ask, is there a way that we can have, one way or the other just avoid the violence that might come as a result of what's happening, what's cooking, what's boiling and might boil over and, begin to burn. Because the truth is, whether we like it or not, it's the average person in River State that's going to suffer. Not these guys. You heard him. They wouldn't have a scratch. But the average person who's suffering because there might not be salaries for them, they might not be able to buy food for their children. But let's not forget that there are human beings who are fighting a little girl who was complaining about cost of living crisis. But then that might just be double portion for the people of River State if care's not taken. How do we avoid this thing that's in the works? How do we avoid it becoming a huge problem, a crisis that might be very hard to curtail, for the want of a word that would you know where I'm going, right? If you have lived in River State in the days of Niger Delta militancy, you would quickly beg that this issue be dealt with the highest amount of wisdom and peace. Mr. President did say that, the governor and everyone concerned should toe the path of peace. The governor in himself said, in the interest of peace. Yes, and we may not necessarily say, but he did say that if the governor really wants peace, he should abide by the law. But who is really abiding by the law in all of this? And I'm talking about the president, the minister of the FCT, and the governor, even the 27 lawmakers. Who really? And which law? I mean, because it looks like there's a lot of picking and choosing, and this is detail for everyone: the governor, the House of Assembly members, the minister, Mr. President. Who is really sticking to the law and wanting to do the right thing by the people of River State as opposed to in their personal interest? If you're watching, we're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. These are the big three stories for today. Rivers. There are those who say a crisis is imminent, and this impeachment proceedings might, cause some tension. But let's move away from that. My final story on the big three: explosion rocks Trans Niger pipeline in Rivers. An explosion had rocked a section of the Trans Niger pipeline in Bodo community in Ghana local government area of River State. Now, the explosion occurred late last night near Bodo Bonny Road under construction. Now, according to reports, thick black smoke was seen bellowing into the atmosphere, with a raging fire spreading fast into the mangrove. From a video that emerged on Tuesday morning, the TMP is a federal transport line that supplies oil to the Bonny Export Terminal in River State. I rest my case. The phone lines are open. Let's talk Lagos. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190, and that's only for the ladies. 0201-465-7190, only for the ladies. For the gentlemen, you're all to call 0201-277-0993. We're on Facebook and on YouTube, Nigeria Info. Post your comments. You can call me if you're listening from outside of the country via WhatsApp, and our WhatsApp number is 080-959-75805. That's 080-959-75805. 60 seconds is all you have. Please go straight to the point and make it. Once again, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Miriam.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Robert. I am calling you from Apapa.
Robert, go ahead, please.
Miriam, the Supreme Court is the highest court in the land, and there's no way to give judgment. You cannot, how do I call it now, oppose their judgment. Now, the problem is that at times, why giving judgment? Is it not funny that the Supreme Court is giving judgment that they don't have evidence that those lawmakers, the 20-something lawmakers, defected to APC? Is it not funny? And this is where we are now. We will be here. God forbid, these people will impeach Fubara and problem will come. And they don't even consider what that thing may cost Nigeria. We depend on oil yellow. We are not able to consider. It's not really bad people we have. God forbid, we go back to the days of military that they begin to play part. What we are depending on to take now is oil.
So all of a sudden now we're praying to God. The whole time that this has been building up, we didn't pray to God to ask for wisdom to handle this issue.
Those Boko Haram are disturbing people from their farm. It is oil we are depending on. If those guys start to blow the oil now, I know that people will join. Other people will join. What will be the economic state of this country? As to because somewhere be determined that people consider the
Robert, thank you very much for calling. We like to call God. When God has given us wisdom to do the needful, we don't do it. Then when everything is about to go to hell, we now remember God. Really, Nigerians. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Godwin. Go ahead, please.
Maryann, all these things, river issue, it's not only the people of River State that may even concerned, though the people of River State, it concerns a lot. But another thing again, the army that they will send to go and make peace there, that is my main worry, because the last time during the Yaradua time, when Yaradua try and end all this wahala, even the army that they sent to go and attack these Niger Delta people in the cliffs, many of them were thinking the people that they sent to go and attack them, they are the one even saving them. These people are so dangerous. And now Wike is now putting fire in this state, same state, and the president know about it. And now they want to kill innocent people and send innocent army to go there just to go and make peace. And at the end of the day, many lives will be lost. I just pray the president should please sit Wike down and let there be peace in that River State, because I know this impeachment is not going anywhere. They can't impeach him.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. I don't even know if we can sit here and say that he can be impeached or not. I think that prerogative sits with the so-called 27 lawmakers. I like I said, I've been trying to get lawyers to come into the studio to have this conversation with me. I'm hoping, depending on how things turn out this week, I might be able to have more lawyers interested in talking about this conversation. Can he be impeached legally? Again, when we bring the legality of things,
more news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
This year, we're talking about patronage from many different aspects. It's not just giving artists money. It can be helping an artist have an exhibition, giving them exposure, connecting them to the right gallery, the right representative, the right person, giving them studio space to produce, giving them some training, whether it's business training, legal advice. There are so many ways in which you can be a patron of the arts.
Plus 234 Art Fair 2025 holds from March 27th to 31st at the Pan-African Center, brought to you by Soto Gallery and Echo Bank. Admission is free.
It all comes down to this: weeks of fierce debate, sharp arguments, and unshakable confidence. Now, only the best remain. This Wednesday at 4 p.m., two rising stars step into the ring. Akinshule Oyindamola and Chaluku Naomi clashing on the topic: cash transactions are more reliable than cashless transactions. Who will stand their ground? Who will falter? Then, on Thursday, the grand finale. The I Beg to Differ studio opens at 3 p.m. on Thursday, and at 4 p.m. it's the ultimate showdown. Esther Joseph goes up against Ifeoluwa Olaiya on the topic: President Bola Tinubu has demonstrated he is the right leader for Nigeria. But they're not done yet. At 5 p.m., these two world warriors return, this time to deliver a powerful presentation on the topic: the Nigerian woman. It's not just a battle of words, it's a test of intellect, passion, and oratory prowess. Who will rise? Who will take the crown? One champion will emerge. Be there. Witness history. I Beg to Differ final week live Wednesday and Thursday. Tune in live on Nigeria Info 99.3 and Kids FM 101.7 Lagos. And watch the action unfold on Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info FM. I Beg to Differ, supported by Obiwisi, Diamonds and Pearls Travels Limited, and Chrisland Schools. Prize money sponsor, Hollywood College. I Beg to Differ, the tournament of champions.
Hi, e dey tasty, creamy and nourishing. E get vitamins A, D, E, B1, B9, B12 and zinc. Na original Niger yogurt. I beg you, make una throw away salute for fine yogurt. Beg you, go Jollimento with the new fine yogurt drinking yogurt.
Fine yogurt, original Niger yogurt. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Well, you're still listening to the nation's number one talk news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Maryann Okon, Victoria Island, Lagos. This is Hard Facts. And I'm Maryann Okon, and we're looking at the big three stories for today, which are, well, the SGF distancing himself from the 10 billion naira fraud case that's lying right in front of the EFCC. And that is an issue that involves his personal aide. And I'm wondering to myself how a man who's just carrying papers about with you, and you are a man who also is just writing, you're the secretary to the government. How does that guy have access to 10 billion naira and so many properties? And you, sir, are saying that you distance yourself from it. How? Of course, impeachment move, tension in Rivers as Assembly serves Fubara misconduct notice. Of course, these we see as plans to impeach him, or proceedings are on the way. But do you see this happening in earnest, or this is just initial gra-gra? And finally, an explosion actually rocked the Trans Niger pipeline in Rivers. We're taking your thoughts and your comments. Don't forget we're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You can post your comments on our live stream. And do you really take Asarido Kubo seriously for what he said about, Nyesom Wike? Or is this just one of those things? Because again, hey, do you remember Asarido Kubo telling us not to protest hunger? And bringing some people to Abuja. Do you remember that same guy? What is the fate of people in River State? Because whether we like it or not, it's the simple man who will suffer. Whatever happens, the simple man will suffer. What is the fate of the average Rivers person? 0201-277-0993. That's the number. For the males, for the females, 0201-465-7190. 60 seconds is all you have. Go straight to the point. At no point, sirs, do you or should you call the ladies' line, except you have changed to a lady. But if not, in this country, it's a crime. Don't do it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mary.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Zoma, the line.
Hi, Zoma. Go ahead, please.
I'm fine, thank you. Mary, I know my own take, You see this drums of war that this thing God man in River State is drumming with his cohorts. Hey, I pray that when this war will fall down, he will be at the forefront of this war. If you try to hide, if your family try to hide, or you sneak out of this country, I trust God. God will hold him. Because this money, he wants to kill this poor man, this innocent Fubara for. It's not his money. It's the state's money. He wants to kill himself for the money. All the money he has made. Greediness can kill person. Igbo talk and say, when dog will die, they hear the smell of shit again. Let him continue. And his children are watching him. His wife, everybody is watching him. Drumming this war drum, and they keep quiet. And he insists that this war will come down, and they will take his life.
Thank you very much for calling. Gabriel is calling us from Lagos. Gabriel, you are not supposed to call the female line, so I'm not going to take that line. So please do not let any man call the female line. Thank you very much. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Miriam. Good morning.
Good afternoon. You just awake?
I think I just wake up when I hear explosion in a river state.
Yes.
Maryann, when last did you hear of pipeline explosion in the Niger Delta? When last? Because when Asari Dogubo and the job people were saying, look, try it. We will blow it. You take oil from our place, you sell the oil and give the money to other states, and you start off of the money that is coming from our state, we will cause havoc. Tinubu is not listening. Wige is not listening. All those that are following them, the Supreme Court judges are not listening. High Court judges are not listening. When the heaven will fall on River State, all those ones that used to say nothing will happen.
Well, we're really hoping that the heavens do not fall on River State, because it's the average Rivers person that's going to suffer.
I am saying that heaven will not follow, because it will fall on all of us.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Peter, for calling. I do appreciate it. The ladies' line 0201 465 7190. For the gentlemen 0201 2770 993. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
No, you're not allowed to call the female line. Call the male line. Mrs. Oboli is calling us. Hello, Mrs. Oboli.
Sister, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Our Nigerian footballers have gone to prayer warriors today.
What can we do? I've told people yesterday you have to pray for your leaders. Pray and be mentioning their names.
Amen. Maryann, he who brings in an ant-infested wood has simply invited the lizards to supper. So since Almighty Wike is calling the shots, both in PDP, APC, and Rivers State, and nobody wants to tame him, no problem. When this drum beat starts, he should be the first person to dance to it. The only people I pity in all of this is the people of Rivers State, and probably the ripple effect of what will happen to every other person around our vicinity, because should anything happen, we are all in for it. But I would say this, for those saying the president is aware, the president should do something, I beg to differ. Maryann, the president too is even happy at what is happening. When it starts, they will all face it. Maryann, I beg, have a nice day, Jerry.
How's the president happy? Do you not remember that video that I played? Let me play it again, because I don't. You people cannot be talking about the president like this. I don't like it. Don't bear false witness against my president. Let me remind you of what the president had said to the Jaw leaders, and I think Pandif, when they paid him a visit. Take a listen, ladies and gentlemen, and please do not misrepresent my president.
Concerning Rivers State, I've been on it for quite some time. I've moved on it before now. I foresee this crisis festering for too long before I enter into it. We reached an agreement, written agreement. Both parties signed. Some leaders thought the governor of Rivers State was wrong to have signed, but he didn't implement. Where do we find ourselves today? So this is a nation of rule of law. I should not be here as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria if there's no rule of law. I have total confidence in our judiciary. Expectations, human beings that make errors. But when the Supreme Court is spoken, that's it. Please go back home and help him implement those recommendations within the shortest possible time. I put the ball back in your court. Yes. Was privately, openly, I have intervened, counseled the governor. Only yesterday I told him again, pursue the path of peace.
Well, that's what the president said. Help him to tell the path of peace. But I'm still stuck where he said that he would not be president, but for the rule of law. It's not my business. Join the conversation. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. On WhatsApp, you can call if you're listening from outside of the country. It's 0809597585. Join the conversation. This is Hard Facts. Now, before we get to the top of the hour, I'll give you I'll just give you a taste of what's to come on the 4 o'clock hour. Have you heard of that 30 days rant challenge? People are saying things. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
No, you're not a woman. Don't call the female line. I'm not going to even explain. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, it's Kenneth calling from Ogudu.
Go ahead.
So, you see, we are all not kids in this country. We know what is happening.
What is happening?
Maryann, I want to put it to you that the president is very much behind Wiki. Let me see. I know you are a journalist. You may not want to say it the way it is because you, of course.
Why would I not want to say it the way it is? I don't understand. What does that mean? You are saying two different things.
Maryann,
as a journalist, I have to say it the way it is.
My dear Maryann, let me tell you, this is a race for 2027. The president does not want to lose River State. This is very glaring now.
And this is the way to go about it?
They know that if Wike can take ownership of River State today, the same thing that happened in 2023 will happen in 2027. See, they all know what they are doing. The president is very much behind Wike, and he is very, very happy with what is happening.
Okay.
Take it from me or leave it.
Okay, sir. I think I want to take it. Thank you very much for calling. Please, at no point as a man should you call the 0201-465-7190 line. I will hang up on you very nicely. You're not a man. Do not call that line. If you're a man, I beg your pardon. You're not a woman. Do not call that line. Your number, gentlemen, 0201-277-0993. If you can't get through, send me a message. Everybody doesn't have to call. Hello.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Big Joe calling from Badagry.
Hi, Big Joe. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. This voice note of Mr. President just played now. Just fuck up everything.
You can't use that term on the radio, sir. Who brought you up? How can you be using that term on the radio?
All I'm saying is that it just spoil everything. Mr. President say there's rule of law. Secondly, he say we have confidence on judiciary. The judiciary we have, does he have any confidence in it? No. All what he said now shows that he has interest in what is happening in River State, because his statement just shows everything. He said they have reached an agreement signed. That agreement is signed. Is it really okay? See, Mr. President knows everything. If you want to do this matter, why can't he call Wiki to order? Say, okay, allow the governor of River to rule. Let him rule. Now, he didn't say anything. He said they have agreement. That shows that he has something in it.
Okay, all right.
Imagine all the old lawmakers deflect. They move to APC and this anything.
Your time is up, sir.
So he knows what he's doing.
Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate it. But please, I beg you in the name of God, do not use curse words or swear words on the radio. Let's act like our mama taught us better. You understand? Eh? Because I know your mama taught you how to speak in public. Let's go to social media and read some of the messages that are coming in. Let's start with Facebook Live. Don't forget, we're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Post your thoughts and your comments. Kenan D. Alejandro here says, take him seriously at your own peril. Asari is a noise maker. Have you wondered why Tom Polo is taken more seriously by the federal government? He's a master strategist. Talks less. Yeah, they take Tom Polo seriously. Oh, okay. Daniel here says he's watching from Abuja. Thank you, Daniel. We appreciate you watching. Spencer Angus says he's watching from Wolverhampton. We appreciate you for watching. Kinde here says, Madam, you don't set now. Here's Aide Kubo voice and woke Wike voice. Run, no. Kenny from Kurudu. Okay, Abraham Ogechi Elum here says, if the governor is impeached by the people of he says if the governor is impeached, the people of River State should be blamed. They, the people, should not allow, you used the term I can't say on the radio, to destroy the estate. You guys, who are your parents? Jimmy Lomak here says, Wike and Tinubu have successfully awakened the sleeping dogs that late Yar'Adua and GJ helped to calm. These militants are worse than the terrorists we have in the north. They can cripple the whole economy of the country. But Tinubu is busy playing politics in order to win Rivers in 2027. Another person here says, Asari cho, no doings, no hajan. Eboa, thank you for your message. Abi Ambo here says, if you want to kill the soldier ant that is biting the scrotum of a man with a sledgehammer, River State and the Niger Delta is Nigeria's scrotum. Wike should be careful. Pipeline explosion is only a preamble. We don't know what the real deal would look like. Nigeria's judiciary is number one, the number one enemy of Nigeria. The issues of the 27 lawmakers who left the party. The case is not in the Supreme Court, but how come the Supreme Court ruled on the matter? That is not before them. The case is still in the High Court in River State. Olamile Kakonde here says, the ruler of waiting, I beg. Nah lie, he says. Judiciary is not a hope for the common masses. Fred, thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. Another person here. Jimmy Lomak, thank you. I know. Let's move away from Facebook Live and go to YouTube. Don't forget, you can post your comments on our YouTube live feed. Samuel Ajie says, well done, Maryann. If Tinubu refuses to caution Wike, I hope he will be able to combat the vandalization of pipeline already happening in rivers. I expect him to take action, or we Wike right now. Otherwise, okay. The flagship here says, your president sounds very groggy. Now use that be. If an aide can have access to that kind of money, I just don't want to know about how much the person that aide is aiding has access to. Nigeria, Shege Pro Max is in the works, he says. Emokeke here says, Tinubu will never call Wike to order. After all, he did the same in Lagos with Ambode paymasters on duty, she says. Bami here says, what can the people of Rivers do? This one's from Fine Care Cams Limited. Says, caution Wike for what exactly? Someone is saying I should kindly desist from insulting people's parents. People don't even understand what insults are in Nigeria. I'm so sorry. Go and find out what the meaning of an insult is. Just Google now dictionary meaning of insult, and you see how they will list words and terms that amount to insult. If I say that you cannot use a curse word on national radio, and I ask you, were you not properly brought up? Is that an insult? And then I'm not talking about insulting your parents, because I know what an insult is. But if you think that's an insult, I'm sorry you feel that way. Let's go to WhatsApp. This one here says, I'm Emmanuel and I'm listening from E4 in Ogun State. Thank you, Emmanuel, for listening. We appreciate it. Someone here says, what's the president even saying? There's fire on River State and he's busy speaking on the rule of law. Are we going to eat the rule of law? But the rule of law should be the backbone of everything that we do in a democracy, right? I mean, you must give the president that. Mr. Bolly was right. The president isn't feeling perturbed about what's happening in River State because he knows the benefits that he would derive in 2027. The drum of war is beating louder in the state. Instead of the president to find a solution, he's just busy gloating. Wills from Okoko. This one says, Anaya. Okay, I don't know what message you sent, but I didn't see it. This one says, just as one of your callers said on your show now, is that if Wike succeeds in capturing River State, then he will then resign from the PDP, and Wike's work is completed. For peace, the president should consider human beings and their property. This are government's responsibilities to avoid disorder in River State, please. Someone here says, thank you very much. On the issue of River State, the president is 100% involved. Did he just say he obeys the rule of law? Tell him to call the minister to order. They cannot impeach Fubara. We should be careful of what the repercussions... Okay, I'm sure you meant to say would be. I pray what happened in 1962 doesn't repeat itself. Yomi from Maryann Okon. Thank you, Yomi, for your message. Uche from Songo here says, The governor also has his fault. So how can you sit on their salaries illegally? And also said he will not obey court order. Do you remember when I started this conversation? I said laws have been broken on every side. Every side. Every side. For all concerned. And I mentioned everyone, the lawmakers, Mr. President, the FCT minister, and the governor. So what then has to be done for there to be peace? Because this is where wisdom is very important. Someone here says, hello, Maryann. I heard the president say that he came in through the rule of law. You and I know very well that he's lying. I don't know what you're talking about. So-called 8-point peace pact Tinubu forced on Fubara to sign completely negates the constitution. Honestly, Tinubu is the one fueling the crisis, Maryann. I know that you stand with us, but you can't agree with us on air due to the ethics of journalism. John, who is us? Biko. Anyway, I did tell you I was going to give you a tip of what to expect on the 4 o'clock hour. Here's a young lady who participated in the 30 days challenge. Of course, Nigerians talking about the cost of living crisis and how bad it is biting. And this lady happens to be the child or daughter of a former police officer. And what she said, or what she has to say, is heartbreaking. But I need you to listen and pay attention. And this video, I got it courtesy of a page on Twitter. So if you're watching our live stream, you would be able to understand her pain when you look at her face. Take a listen.
After this 30 days movement begins, the government will start sending the police, the soldier to go after people that made video about it, to arrest them, to intimidate them, to, But let me tell you something, as a police officer and as a soldier. My dad served this country for 25 years. Currently now, he's still sick. He's down with stroke and brain damage. Guess what? The police department donated 10,000 naira to my dad. He's been down for 1 year. This illness has made us sell property, has made us sell land and everything. The government has done nothing about this. We have gone to his office to cry, to beg, but still yet nothing is being done. So before you go after the youth that is looking for a good government, that is looking for things to work, remember, if things work for us, it works for everyone. Because you are a police officer, you will not buy a cup of rice for 100 naira. It's the same 400 and 500 that we are buying that you will buy too. Because you are a thug, you are not going to buy a cup of rice for 100 naira. No, it's the same 200, it's the same 400 and 800 that you will use to buy. So before you start carrying out this exercise, go and look at the widows of the police officer that have died due to the course of duties. Go and look at the widows of the soldiers that died due to the course of their duties. There is no royalty. NHIS is a scam. NHIS covers only 40%, my darling. If you escape it as a parent, you have the money that is blocking your ear, you escape it, you die. Guess what? Your children will become prostitutes. Your sons will become thieves. Your children will become a victim, and your wife will become a victim of circumstances. Go and look at the widows before you start killing people on others, before you start arresting people. Go and look at the widows. Come and take a look at my dad's kids. They are all enraged. They are going astray. Because of what? A failed government. They said their dad has been working for this country for years, but nothing to show for it. The piece of land that he managed to buy, we have said it, to treat him, it has been sold. It has been sold. So before you start working on others, put your rifles down and say, help us, join us to shout. Join us to shout, join us to talk. We are begging you. Go and look at the widows of your colleagues. Go and look at the widows of your colleague. Go and look at them before you help Nigeria to know that that woman will be your wife. That will be the condition of your wife if you do not do the right thing. Continue doing yes, ma, yes, sir. Go and look at my siblings now. Go and look at the widows of those that have died. Go, of your colleagues that have died. Then come back and see if it is worth fighting for. It's time to start a movement.
Never been met.
Okay, that's a piece of what you're going to be experiencing on the 4 o'clock hour. Yes. They call it a 30 days rant. And I've seen core members talking about their... I've seen all kinds of things. And I don't know if it's something that we should take for granted on a serious matter. On a serious note, I beg your pardon. Because I think it's a serious matter. What she's saying is very heartbreaking. I know how hard it is for you to work to buy a piece of land. I got my first piece of land. I didn't even buy it. I think I was given for some services rendered for a real estate company back in the day. But I know how hard it is to buy a piece of land and then sell it because you're desperate. And I know because my mother died from cancer, and thank goodness, we had the means to take care of her until she died. But that might not be the story of every other person, especially for someone who's a civil servant, whose kids depend solely on them. It's a tough situation that we're finding ourselves in. But yet, we have people who have decided that they want to do Yoruba Ronu. They've told me that I should go back to my state. Have you been to my state? You breathe fresh air day in, day out. Do you know my governors? Don't start that. Because I ask people, if everybody decides to leave Lagos, that IGR that you people are boasting of, do you think you still have it? Everybody... Lagos is a melting pot. We all make Lagos what it is. You can't start telling people to go home. You that you're telling people to go, are you from Lagos? Stop it. If we're going to build Lagos, we'll build it together. And if something is wrong, we can call it out. And this is detail for everybody else who's tribalized. And I'm not just talking about Lagosians or Yoruba people. I'm talking about all of you that every single issue, you guys find a way to tribalize it as opposed to facing the truth. This girl, she did not mention whether she's from north, south, east, or west. What she's experiencing, I'm sure thousands others are experiencing it. When are we going to come to terms with the fact that we all have to speak our truth as opposed to just trying to, blind ourselves from the truth and make it about something else? Maybe that's why we're stagnant. But hey, that's the conversation for the next hour. I'm back to the phone lines. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Actually, good afternoon.
Yeah, 60 seconds.
I feel pain when that girl was talking, and that is the truth. Go to Falomo here. They demolished their barracks the other day. Go to EJ. Is it J barracks or somewhere around Obalende? Go and see what they are going through. The police are boasted in Rivers State. Oh, anybody that did this, did that.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
Every day is about winning with one play on Nigeria Info. On Nigeria Info, day winnings is now over 150,000 naira. Just go to oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Play with as little as 500 naira, and in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Morning Crossfire, WhatsApp Lagos, and Game On shows on weekdays, and the Football Frenzy shows on weekends. But that's not all. Every Friday, there will be a 500,000 naira jackpot. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for the weekly jackpot. Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on oneplay.ng or dial *347 *880 *3#. Remember to play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
Are you thinking of studying abroad? If yes, ALTS Education is presenting you with the opportunity to meet directly with boarding schools from the UK, USA, and Canada. Here in Lagos, this March, 2 days of boarding school fairs. Meet the school representatives on Saturday, 22nd March from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Radisson Blue, Ozumbambadi Way, Victoria Island, and Sunday, 23rd March from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Radisson, formerly Protea, Isaac John, GRA Ikeja. For more information, visit altsconsulting.com or call 0818-000-0500. Investing in our children and the future of Nigeria through international and global education. ALTS.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, I have about 2 minutes on the clock, so I'm going to read a few more messages. Thank you for all your messages. I see them. Let me go to X quickly. Thomas here says, Okay, that message obviously not for me. It's jumping up all over the place. Okay, I see the message now. This is from Joy Forever. Joy Forever. Your message keeps appearing and disappearing. What's the matter? Your message is appearing and reappearing. I can't see it again. It has disappeared again. And I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna move away from that for now because there are too many messages popping up on X. So I'm going to go back to WhatsApp. Henry says the president is behind the issue in River State. He's the master strategist in winning elections, regardless of following the rule of law, but not master strategist in revamping the economy. It's very sad. Okay, Henry. This one's from CY in Satellite Town. He says the president is talking about the rule of law when his election results victory was announced against the rule of law by 3 a.m. It was 4 a.m. I beg your pardon. He says, I laugh in Swahili. Rivers crisis. Our Nigerian government and politicians don't obey laws. So why are they disturbing or destroying Fubara's government? Why is government still holding MNK if they obey the law? Tinubu and Wike should know and realize that they can't be in power forever. They should let peace reign in River State. Governor Fubara is not going down. There is no SIM in River State. There will be no network for Wike. I see what you did there. All right, I have just a few seconds to go, but don't forget, on the other side of the clock, I'm going to replay that girl's audio and several others on this 30-day rant challenge. And then we're just going to talk about it because for some of them, these are the issues that we're having to deal with in this country. Yvonne Haifo is here with the news at the top of the hour, and on the other side, it'll be Community U Report. And I got a love letter from one of the listeners. I want to read it out to your hearing so that you will understand what I go through every other day. All right, Lagos, we'll be back on the other side of the clock.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Fact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Fact. The day is almost over, and it's a good time to share some good. So while the sun is still out, lend a helping hand to someone in need. Ramadan Kareem from all of us at Noor.
Nigeria Info.
The hub for information,
Current affairs and more.
The president used his last Democracy Day address to talk about several issues, including security.
It is this same government that they started it. They don't obey court order.
Join the conversation
right here.
Let's talk. It's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
And now the business news.
Lagos. In the world of business, normal bulk power supply has been restored to Eko and Ikeja electricity distribution companies for distribution in Lagos State. The Transmission Company of Nigeria's Director of Public Affairs, Ndedimba, said the restoration followed repairs on a snapped 330 kilovolt transmission line between towers 420 and 422 on the Osogbo-Omotosho line. The fault had caused a 350 megawatt supply reduction, leading to load shedding. Meanwhile, Nigeria's headline inflation rate dropped to 23.18% in February 2025, down from 24.48% in January, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. The NBS noted a sharp decline compared to the 31.7% recorded in February 2024, attributing it to adjustments in the base year.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.